Hello, everyone. I just wanted to update you guys. There's not a whole lot going on, but I just wanted to share with you guys that I relocated and I'm at a new spot and I just had my first client here. I'll show you guys around real quick. I can't, you know what? I can't reverse the camera. I don't know how to do that. Hold on. Can I reverse it to show you guys? Or will I turn it off? Okay, so maybe I can't. I'll just have to do it like this. Okay, so this is my new location. I'm probably gonna have to walk backwards into my office just to be able to show you guys where I work. Okay. They don't have flip the screen. Okay. Can you guys see all of that? Got everything laid out. And now back to my desk. Okay, so I relocated. I'm in a little bit of a larger space, well, a much bigger space than what I was in before. So now I feel like I can operate more comfortably. And I just had my first client. I wanted to go live doing that, but it was her first time. She wasn't feeling very confident. So I'll try to do it again with someone maybe who's a little less shy, so you guys can see what it is that I do, or what my process is like. I finally got my new S-shape machine, the more updated one, and so far I'm loving it. I'm cleaning up and I have to get out of here in a hurry, so I can't really go over like all the differences with you guys. They're not major. I mean, it's not a lot of differences, but they are pretty big. The megahertz of the laser paddles, the megahertz of the ultrasound cavitation. It's still 30K, but I'm gonna have to really pull out the specs for you guys. Hold on, maybe I can do that. Oh my gosh! So my client had really good results today. I'm gonna post the before and after pictures later. If you follow my Instagram, you'll be able to see it on there, which is Beautiful, BEYOUTIFUL Body Shop on Instagram. Ooh. So I'm gonna pull it up for you guys. No, I don't want to do that. I actually want to be able to explain to you guys why it's different, why the differences are important. Right. This one doesn't have it. This is the old S shape. In any case, I think I went over some of this stuff in my other video, but I still get asked a lot of the same questions. I got a message just today that someone said, well, I heard it doesn't work and it only works if you do it, several times or whatever. In my opinion, these are people or potential clients who don't necessarily have the full understanding of how non-invasive body contouring works, because anything that you do is going to take more than once. Surgery is like a one and done, but it doesn't end at surgery. After surgery, you still have to do the lifestyle change. So people have a tendency, I don't know what it is that they expect when they say things like, I heard you have to do it more than once. You do. You may see results. Your clients may see results as soon as they get off the table. But like I tell them, Even if you see results as soon as you get off the table, that's not where the magic happens. The magic happens in the 72 hours after, or the 48 to 72 hours after your session, when your body has had a chance to eliminate the fat, after you've flushed everything out with water and those additional centimeters or inches come off. After 48 hours, I always ask my clients to send me after pictures. Just get in the mirror from the front, from the side, and send it to me, or compare it to the before and afters that you have of your own. But in 48 to 72 hours, you should have gone down more than what you did when you were in the office, if you went down at all. In the office, if you have clients that see immediate results right away, that just means that their body responds well, which is awesome. So that means over the next couple of hours, they should see even more of a visible difference, if they do everything that they're supposed to. Unless your clients have some type of underlying medical condition, I say that it works for everyone. There's no way that it can just have no effect. If you don't see it as soon as you get off the table, over those next couple of hours, you should see it then. But it doesn't just not work for anyone unless you're not doing what you should be doing. If as soon as you leave, you go have a cheeseburger or margaritas or whatever, things that depress and slow down your lymphatic system or your kidney and liver functions, things that slow down your body's ability to eliminate that liquefied fat and those toxins and that fluid and things that you've melted or massaged out, or broken down with wood therapy, or all those other things. So you want them to know that their body needs to be at full capacity, functioning at its highest level. So don't drink, don't go have soda, at least not for the first 24 to 48 hours. If they can do longer than that, tell them even better. But at least not in the first 24 hours, try to be on your best behavior. You can eat, you don't have to, starve yourself. Just try not to eat anything sweet or too heavy or saucy. Don't indulge too much. Light meals is what I tell them for the first couple of hours after. Let me see. How many sessions does it take? That depends on your client's individual goal. That's always the question that people want to know. How many times do I need to come in? Make sure your clients get a consultation, because you have to be able to assess them and see them in order to be able to give them an accurate, a more accurate idea of how many times they may need to come and see you. You need to see their body type. You need to be able to see the type of fat, skin, and tissue that you're dealing with, before you can tell them, oh, you just need to see me 3 times or 6 times or whatever. At a minimum, everyone should come at least 6 times. And it may be not until their second, possibly even third visit before they even see anything. It depends on what you're dealing with, but you need to be able to see that in order to be able to tell them anything. So make sure that you talk to your clients and that you're honest with them. If someone 200 or 300 pounds comes in and they want to know if they only paid for 1 session, let them know you're not going to see anything noticeable from this one treatment. You need to come in at least a minimum of three times to see maybe a little something, but at least 6 to see something a lot more visible. And of course, someone who's 200 pounds and wants to lose inches versus someone who's just trying to fit into a dress that night or look good in a bikini over the next week aren't going to need as many sessions. But it's important that you explain that to them, because everyone has a different idea or not a full understanding of how non-invasive body contouring works. I guess sometimes I recommend the detox teas and stuff like that, because those really are good for some people. Personally, I don't sell them or anything like that, but I mean, I do recommend them. I usually just go with a sauna detox. I usually just put them in the sauna bag, which you probably can't see because it's under that sheet there. I usually start them off with a sauna detox, especially if they tell me that they've been, bad, or they haven't been um, eating the best or doing maybe what they should be doing. I usually start them off on the vibration plate over there in the corner of the bed. I put them on that to start sometimes for about 5 or 10 minutes to stimulate the lymphatic system. And then I'll put them in a body wrap or something like that. And then I'll stick them in the sauna bag for about 30, 45 minutes. It just depends. 45 minutes sometimes, because I have a lot of clients who, for some reason, it's hard for them to sweat. Lucky them. I don't have that problem, but 30 to 45 minutes in the sauna bag. And then I'll move into um, wood therapy or something like that, or just go straight into the cavitation RF to start the tightening and the fat melting. But you never do sauna after RF, because the RF is already heating up the skin tissue. And because it's already hot, if you stick them in a sauna bag, it could have like a sunburn effect. You know what I mean? You don't want to raise their core temperature too high. So if you're going to do a sauna, do it before you do everything else. What else? Vacuum therapy. Vacuum therapy is really important. Besides the heating element, like the sauna detox and the RF, it really doesn't too much matter what order you do it in. You can do lymphatic drainage first. You can do lymphatic drainage last. You can do vacuum therapy first and vacuum therapy last. It doesn't really matter, as long as you squeeze it all in there if possible and if necessary, because everyone doesn't need the same thing. And that's another important thing I think I spoke about in my other videos. Everybody doesn't need the same thing. So sometimes people ask, what order should you go in, or how many times you should do this. It's going to be different. It's not a one size fits all kind of thing. Every client you have is not going to need the same exact service that you did on the client before. And as your client's body changes after you've done a couple of things, you'll need to make adjustments for that client as well. If a client is going to come see you 6 times, you're not going to do the same exact procedure for every single visit, because as their body adjusts and changes to the things that you've already done, you need to accommodate those changes. So that's important. There's no set number, or there's no specific protocol that you're going to follow every single time for every single client. It just doesn't work that way. That's why consultations and assessments are very important. What else can I tell you? Probably not much else. I'm kind of disappointed that I didn't get to go live and show you guys what I was doing with the client. But like I said, when I get someone who's a little less shy, I can show you what I do hands-on, or I can video it and upload it or something later. I've told you guys so much in my other videos that these just kind of seem redundant. What I do want to let you guys know is this is not a dedicated channel. Up until now, I mostly just talk about my body contouring, which I will continue to do, but I may be talking about any random thing that day. So if you click on and it's not about body contouring, sorry. I just wanted to let you know in advance that this isn't a dedicated channel, but that's what, most of my posts have been about thus far. Paperwork. I want to make sure you guys know that it's very, very important to have your clients' paperwork. Make sure that you have things that they can read to know exactly what can happen during any of these treatments, to check off on paper if they have any type of medical issues that they know of. Let's see. I can pull some of these out for you guys to show you. In my other video, I did show my mission folder. Let me see. This is my COVID-19 liability release. This is for them to read and check off if they have been exhibiting any symptoms. I think everyone is filling these out everywhere. So I give that to my clients. What else do I have? My informed consent and information sheet. This asks them or informs them of certain things. What is body contouring and skin tightening? Is body contouring and skin tightening safe? Does it hurt? How many treatments will I need? Are the results permanent? It answers questions like that for them to go over as they're filling out the paperwork. I try to give them enough information to where, they don't have many questions afterwards. And if they do, that's great. I love it when they have questions. I have my fat cavitation release form. I know this looks backwards to you guys. And this is just their demographics, saying that they understand all the possibilities, what can happen, what it is that they have to do in order to help themselves during this process. Their medical information. I take their measurements and their weight. I fill that part in. And yeah, if they've had any surgeries in the past. What else? Some of these are a bit redundant, but they have a little bit of different language or things like that on there. But I want to cover all the bases. I want to make sure I cover every possibility or every question that I have with these papers. So some of it may seem redundant, but I still have them fill it out anyway, because I don't want anyone to say that you didn't tell me that, I wasn't informed of that, I didn't know that. This is the client release. They're all pretty much different versions of the client release form. They just have different bits of information on them. Like I said, I just like to cover all my bases. I don't care how redundant it seems. And I have different forms for cellulite treatments and vacuum therapy. This is my photograph and video release form. I have them fill this out so that I have their permission to record sessions, take their before and after pictures so that I can post them for professional and educational purposes. And not everyone is okay with that. So that is a very important form to have them fill out, because you don't want to, have them see themselves online and get really upset with you about that. So you make sure that you have that form before you take or post their before and after photos or do any videos or something like that. This form, I'm going to cover her picture up. This is my before and after form. When they first come, I take their before picture and I stick it here. At the end of their package, at the end of their treatment sessions, then I post their after picture here. And this is for my files, my lookbook or whatever, because sometimes they return months later or a year later or whatever. But this is so I can have, this is what they started out and this is how it was when they finished. And I record their measurements when they started and when they finished and things like that. And this is my client chart. I have actually a couple of them. This one got full, so I had to get a bigger one. So these are my client files. And I also give them, if they are going to be seeing me between 6, if they bought a package with 6 or more sessions, then I give them this mission folder. And the mission folder has my mission statement in it. And it has a form for, if I can get it out. I usually send this one in an email. It tells them how to prepare for their treatment and their aftercare. The next couple of pages are more pre and post-treatment information. It's about 15 pages. More pre and post-treatment care instructions, just different things they can do. It answers more questions and information. I always include a lymphatic drainage map that they can do at home, because this is a very important step. This will help fluid from settling in the tissue, and it'll help them to eliminate the fat and stuff from their sessions. And those are just directions on how to do that. I include a water graph, just lets them know how much water they should be drinking in order to be sufficiently hydrated based on their weight. So some people don't know how much water they should be drinking. How do I know if I'm drinking enough? And I include that to let them know how much water they should be drinking. This is a water tracker. So for every glass or for every 8 ounces or more of water, um, every day of the week, every time they have a glass or a gallon or whatever, just have them cross it out. It helps them and me keep track of what they're actually doing versus what they say they are doing. I usually give my clients their own tape measure, and these are instructions on how to take your own measurements at home so that they can keep track. And this is so that they can write down their measurements and keep track of them. This is my Know Better, Do Better page. This is what helps hold them accountable. I just have them every week on week 1, say what you did. I drunk some more water, I exercised, I went to the gym, or I had cake, I didn't walk, I didn't do anything. And I like for them to do this so that they can see for themselves if they're actually doing anything to help them through the process, because we can melt it. I can melt it, and we can melt it off, squeeze it off, massage it off, and all of that stuff. But once they go home, if they're not doing their part, if they're just undoing all the work we do in the office, it defeats the purpose. And all of these things, again, help to hold them accountable so that they can see if they're helping or hurting themselves, if they're wasting their time and their money. This is a weight tracker. To be honest, I don't really care about the numbers so much as the inches, because this isn't an overall weight loss service. They do, some people in turn, because of all the water that they're drinking and the inches that they're losing, their weight can fluctuate and it can go down, but it's not the basis for, how we, or how I like to keep track of their progress. But some people, that number is important to them. So I have that there so that they can keep track of their numbers, if it makes them feel better to see if they're going up and down. But I also explain to them that your weight is going to fluctuate all throughout the day. If you eat a big meal, if you weigh yourself in the morning and you were 160, but then you go and have a meal and a couple of drinks and you weigh yourself before bed and it's gone up a pound or maybe even 2, it could be it's food, it's water, it's poop or whatever. And your weight's going to fluctuate from day to day. If you ate something and then went to the bathroom, it's going to go up, it's going to go down. So you can't really trust those numbers at all. It's going to keep changing and it'll drive you crazy. The last page of my mission folder is my confidence check. Every single day, and this goes for everyone, every single day, you should be able to pay yourself one compliment. You should be able to think of at least one thing every day that's good about yourself. You don't have to have low self-esteem to do it, although some of my clients do, some people do, but it's just a good way to keep your confidence up. So no matter what you look like, no matter how you feel, maybe you're not having the best day, maybe your hair is shit, your makeup is not as on point, or whatever it is. It doesn't matter what you look like or what's wrong with you that day. There should still be one nice thing that you are able to say about yourself. I love my smile. My skin is popping. My hair is nice today, or my skin is soft. It doesn't matter what it is. Just find one nice freaking thing to say about yourself every single day, no matter what your mood is, or no matter what you look like with or without your makeup. Doesn't matter. Just one nice thing. Everyone should be able to do that. Okay, so I guess that's it. I'm really excited. I developed my own line of body contouring products, and I've been trying it on all my clients, and I'm loving the results. I'm sure everyone says that about their stuff, but I really am just truly impressed with myself. And a big deal about developing your own products, like a lot of professionals that I know, they buy like DIY books, like a lot of contouring specialists or estheticians and stuff, they develop their own products and they'll sell like DIY manuals, like how to make your own slimming gel, how to make your own, uh, just make your own stuff. Anyway, I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to buy someone else's recipe and then slap a label on it. That's just the kind of person that I am. I wanted something that I could take credit for. That's just me. I don't want anyone else to be able to say that I got it from them, and I didn't want to pay anyone else either for their recipe. So I just did a lot of research and, tried to come up with my own little line of things. So I'm really, really excited that they actually work. And for me, I know the kind of person that I am. If I don't see results quick, I'm not really good about giving things the time that they probably need and deserve in order to be able to accurately judge if they work or not. So I want something that works like at least in the first month and then decide if you like it or not. But for me, if I don't see something in the first week, I'll usually quit using it at some point, or I won't use it as often as I should, which is not a good practice because these things are developed to work in a certain amount of time. So if you don't give it that, you're not really being a fair judge. But for me, I need to see results quick. So I wanted the products that I developed, I wanted people to really be able to see and feel a difference right away because I want them to use it. I want them to love it like I do. So I'm just excited that the products that I use are really working. That's a real big deal to me. My favorite product is I have a honey butter deep tissue moisturizer that's really, really good. That for you can use it before or after, um, let's say, vacuum therapy treatments. When you're doing breast enhancements or butt enhancements, it really helps the skin to stay nice and supple because you're stretching a lot. You're doing a lot of pulling, and you don't want to, traumatize the tissue. You don't want to damage it. So you want it to be nice and moisturized. You can use it all over your body too. My favorite is my Slim Fast body wrap. And you keep it on for a maximum of 30 minutes. No more than that is necessary, but a minimum of 15. It gets really hot. It's really intense. Most of my clients can't wear it more than 15 minutes, but in that 15 minutes, it actually does really reshape your waistline. And it's absolutely, excuse me, and it's absolutely amazing. They really do see a difference. Well, you can really see a visible difference in about 15 or 20 minutes when the wrap comes off. Your waist is really like that, and it's super freaking awesome. So I'm really excited about that. I'm like, I really think I found lightning in a bottle when I put these ingredients together. So, okay, I've got my client calling me, so I'm going to wrap this up. I'll post another video as soon as I can. Hopefully I'll get to do a live session with you guys. That's what I hope you will really tune in for. So ta-ta for now. Thanks for tuning in. Later, guys.